champions.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm your best friend, Gallium, and I am here with a prospect matchup that's going to have you glued to your seat and a popcorn bucket right in your hand. I'm joined by the absolutely lovely Mealy. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good as your other best friend in the Nemesis Gaming League.
Yep.
I mean, we can both be best friends of everyone here. No, I had a good day today. Long day at work, to be honest. I'm a little bit tired, but just came out of a good scrim, and I am ready to cheer my Minotaurs on. I'm super excited. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I figured you were going to be excited about this game because this is your org playing Minotaurs. They beat my team 2 days ago, Hypernova, in a reverse sweep. I know it shocked a lot of people. Definitely shocked me. But Blackhawks are, I think, undisputably either one or two in prospects. So Minotaurs having to play both us and Blackhawks. We'll see if they can hold up against this Blackhawks squad or if that Hypernova game was just a fluke. But I'm excited either way. Who do you have in this one, Mealy? And I have a feeling I know who you're gonna say.
I can't say Minotaurs. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I kind of have to take my own org. But with that said, though, I'm calling it Game 5.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be definitely close. I'm picking Minotaurs as well. But yeah, it's going to be a close one, as you said. As we have kicked things off here, as Kosh is going to send it down. Blitz gets a nice touch. Izachad with the dribble. Izachad, the lowest MMR on this roster, but he is such a great value, and I think the Blackhawks understand that. As Kosh gets it past one, the ball's floating there. It seems as though Minotaurs are on the back foot early, but it's only 30 seconds in. Izachad with a nice shot near post. He's gonna dunk it in and add Tyso head tap.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Izachad there. I love how you mentioned he has the lowest MMR, but he does not play like it whatsoever. An absolute unit of a player, putting that ball in, getting the dunk over at Tyso.
Yeah, it seems like Izachad's been gaining some Rocket League weight recently because, I mean, he big manned at Tyso on the goal line. But you know what? It's early on in the game. I still think both teams have a lot to offer, and it should be an exciting one down the stretch as we have Carnage taking it down the pitch. Izachad is going to pop it up high. Perky, a nice touch from him. Perky was in the Season 11 Grand Finals, unfortunately lost to Ember, so he's looking to get a championship this time around, and this Blackhawks squad is looking like they can do it. The ball in the midfield at Tyso, gonna pop it up high. He gets a second one. Beautiful work from Matt Tyso. He gets it past all three. Now Blitz is up. He gets it to the backboard. Perky and Kosh miss. Carnage has to make the most of this. He gets one. He gets a second. A beautiful pass. And Tyso is going to put it in the back of the net.
Holy cow, Gallium, what a breakdown for the Minotaurs. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but each player being involved in that play, a great double tap pass from Carnage to Tyso, able to clean it up. What a play.
Yeah, that was a really great play from the Minotaurs. They're showing out early. And Carnage, I feel like he's a player that's not really been talked about a whole lot. He's usually in the higher MMR range in most leagues, but he's been a constant threat, just not in the right situation of teams. But I feel like this Minotaurs squad is such a great fit for him because he's incredibly fast and he dominates in the air, and he's probably one of the best facilitators in Prospect. And you just saw an example of it right there, Mealy.
Yeah, absolutely. Carnage has been around the Nemesis Gaming League for quite some time. I remember back in, I think it was Season 8 when I first started playing in Prospect. I remember playing against Carnage. As we're going to see an open net coming through. Kosh going to be rewarded with the goal for the Blackhawks.
Hey, you know, you take those every day of the week. A little bit of a miscommunication between Blitz and Carnage leads to a little bit of carnage in the back of the net. As, I mean, hey, you take those every day of the week for Kosh. I mean, listen, the stat sheet looking real good for these Blackhawks players. I believe in every single stat category, they at least have 2 players in the top 15, which is pretty insane for this squad. So, you know, a little bit of stat padding wouldn't hurt a little bit anybody. Oh, Jaeger's redeemed caster bias for the next game? What? That's insane. All right, well, Kosh is going to take it up. Going to get a bump out. Perk is going to send it down. Now Blitz is back to defend. He can't defend that as Perky to Kosh. It's like LeBron and D-Wade all over again.
Yeah, I was talking about the breakdown from that last goal from the Minotaurs, and actually, it looks like the Blackhawks do the exact same kind of thing here, getting a nice pass off the backboard. Kosh cleaning that one up, putting the Blackhawks up by 2 goals with half a game left to go.
Yeah, it's looking like the Blackhawks are slowly going all in on this offense. Usually they were on the back foot a little bit, and that's what allowed Minotaurs to score that goal. But now they've all been contributing to this offensive success. The Blackhawks lead the Prospect League in shots per game by a very wide margin. They are shooters, and you can see it right here as a pass to Kosh, and he's going to put another one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, you were just talking about it. They're putting the ball on target on the net, and it seems like through this game so far, what we're seeing on stream here, they're utilizing each other. They're passing it off the backboard, and they're there in that middle space in front of the net to put the shot into the net. It's great work all around, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams have great team play, but it seems like the Blackhawks are just stepping it up. I think it's more, I'm not discrediting Blackhawks by saying this, but Minotaurs' defense has looked kind of worse for wear. It's not been looking coordinated. It seems as though they're in the wrong place at the wrong times, but hopefully they can clean it up. If not in this game, the next game is a beautiful shot by Taiso. It goes far post, but Kosh with a nice save. Taiso up, he can't get it. Now Carnage, he has a chance. He's gonna put that in every single day of the week.
That's some excellent pressure coming back from the Minotaurs there. It seems like when they do apply that pressure, it does go their way and kind of puts Blackhawks in an awkward situation. Minute 33 left to go, down 2. Can they continue this type of offense and put 2 more in?
You know what? It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy for this Minotaur squad who seem to have they like the drama a little bit here, Mealy. So I mean, I don't know. I think that was your draft strategy. Just have your prospect team give you cardiac arrest every single game.
Apparently, as after the first week and game on Monday, as you were mentioning before, it's pretty much all it has been with this team. I love them to death, but it's just absolute insanity when it comes to these guys. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, Kosh actually has a hat trick. So, I mean, he's been playing just phenomenally on the offensive end as Izachad, a player who hasn't been spoken about a lot, gets a nice clear into the Minotaur's end as a beautiful demo from Taiso almost paves the way, but Kosh clearing it out. Izachad gonna get a nice clear himself. The ball's popped up high. Carnage gets one, hopefully down to a teammate, but Perky and Kosh using the power of friendship to get it past the entire Minotaur's defense. His blitz gets it up high. A nice, beautiful ball here. He can dunk Perky, but actually it's sent out to Taiso with a shot. It just goes barely wide. 20 seconds left. Can Minotaurs find a late goal? It seems as though they have the Blackhawks on the back foot, but no one's committing to this ball. They need to. Kosh is just going to take it up high. And now Izachad going to get the clear out. 6 seconds left. It's virtually impossible if they can't get it down the field. Now it's pretty much impossible. Blackhawks take game 1 in very dominant fashion, in my opinion.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I know the Minotaurs are my team, but like the complete unbiased opinion that I had coming into this, I thought for sure Blackhawks was going to take game 1. I mean, when you're playing, well, I mean, this is what their second time on stream, or regardless. So they're 3-0. They're a team that's undefeated. They're comfortable in their position. Minotaurs, obviously, just coming off a huge win against Hypernova on Monday. They have momentum, but they are that team that's 1-2, and they're the underdogs of this. So whether there's some kind of nerves in that playing an undefeated team, or perhaps some stream nerves for the Minotaurs being on stream for the first time this season, I'm unsure. I would love to see them kind of utilize each other a little bit more offensively. Like you said, when they've been getting that pressure, especially rotating and using all 3 players, putting shots on target, it seems to be working well. They just can't break down defensively and get broken down in transition.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I'm using one of the flip sayings. I don't know what he said the last stream, but that was hilarious. But anyway, we do have the caster bias redeemed, so I'm picking the Minotaurs to kind of glaze a little bit. Mealy, I know you're probably gonna pick the Minotaurs too. Let's let's glaze these guys. All right, let's
Yeah.
let's
All right.
let's really get down. Let's get down and dirty with this Minotaur squad as the better team is down by 1 here, Mealy. And you touched on a couple of points on what they need to do a little bit better. But what has worked so far is teamwork, and I feel like they are capable of it in this game number 2.
Yeah, if I know anything about this team, they work well as a team and they persevere through quite literally anything. As Blitz is gonna start this perseverance with an absolute deletion, and everything that these guys do, look at it. Here he comes again. Like I don't know, man. Like Blitz is just gonna go around and demo every single player on the field, and they're gonna score.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a common theme, Minotaurs and success. So we'll see as Kosh is going to get probably the worst air dribble I've ever seen. Minotaurs easily stopping that. Perky off the backboard. Oh, man, just barely missing. And that was a calculated defense coming out from this Minotaur squad. Looking so good. And look at that fake from Blitz. You see that? That is peak game knowledge right there. A beautiful 50 with Perky. A bunch of 50s coming out. It's in the Minotaurs' end, right where they want them. They're trying to ensnare them in their trap so they can get an easy goal. Carnage gonna send it down. Izachad gonna get a touch. Almost gets dunked out by Ad Tyso, but Izachad, you know, he's lucky as he always is, as Carnage is gonna send it out. Izachad, a nice touch again, but not as nice as this Minotaur squad. Blitz, a beautiful touch. Oh, I mean, you see what this guy can do with limited boost. I mean, if he had a full tank there, it's in the back of the net ×3.
Absolutely. I don't know if you saw that too. Try to get that little ceiling reset redirect. Honestly, I think he had it if the ball came more his way. I think that was more the problem with that.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Gallium, did you see that shot?
Oh my God. Mealy, we are watching the same game. What do you mean, did you see that shot? Mealy, I lived that shot. Blitz to Ad Tyso, probably the greatest shot you will ever see in your lifetime, okay? Yeah. Did you see the teamwork, Mealy? It was there, and they passed it, and they shot it, and it's in the net.
Yeah, if you want my honest opinion, I think that needs to replace one of the clips in the new intro that we put out this season. That was like one of the best clips. I don't even think Titan players could do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think the Venom Samurai Grand Finals clips. I mean, yeah, who needs those anyway?
Yeah,
just put Blitz and Ad Tyso on there.
All Minotaurs clips. How's that?
Yeah,
From this series.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we have a lot of clips to go. Matter of fact, I mean, these Minotaurs are looking hot so far as the ball's popped up. Carnage gonna get one. Just, I mean, you see the patience by Carnage. I mean, 0 boost. Look at him go. Perky is going to send it up high. I think he just missed the shot, but he was trying to mask it with a backboard shot. Izachad now. Again, I mean, it seems like these Blackhawks players just came into this game, and they haven't done their shooting packs today, Mealy.
Yeah, I don't know if they haven't done their shooting packs or if the Minotaurs have been doing the uncomfortable saves packs for the last 2 hours. Either way, like all these touches that they're making are absolutely incredible. No mistakes I'm really noticing at all. Shots on target. This is a completely different Minotaurs team from that last game, and this is a championship style team that I'm seeing here from the Minotaurs.
I mean, I think it's not too early to tell, actually. This is pretty much like the 2016 Golden State Warriors we're witnessing. I mean, just star-studded talent. I mean, excellent teamwork. I mean, I think you have Ad Tyso as Steph Curry, just absolutely leading the squad. He's the highest Sal player, and you see, he was just showing Kosh how to put it left corner. I mean, he really just snuck that one in, Mealy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, top left corner, like, you can't get more top left corner than that. Any more to the left, that's hitting the corner, it's going out. Yeah, like that. Yeah, he's definitely, no, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, their own goaling and style. It's the Minotaur way, all right? Yeah. You know, the Pantheon is known for their flashy own goals.
Yes, they don't score if you can score it on your own net. You know what I mean? Like,
yep, exactly.
It's all in the mentality.
Yeah, you know, maybe teams who play the Pantheon have a lot of good stats, but that's only because the Pantheon wants them to have good stats. So they're slept on as Blitz is going to get the ball right past him, and I think Izachad might be cheating.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of had some aimbot here. It's just placed just perfectly outside of Blitz's reach. Or either that or he must have known that he had 0 boost. I don't know. Maybe we should check their communications. Maybe they have someone watching the stream as well or in the game that shouldn't be and talking to them. If we can get someone in management to check on that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually calling Rockerman right now and getting him on the phone because I think one of the players lag switched them. I mean, it's just unfair. I mean, these past 2 goals have just been absolute, just disgusting cheating. I mean, you see the demo right there? Izachad is hacking. Like, he got his, like, 12-year-old brother who knows how to crack or crank 90s in Fortnite and who's really cracked at Rocket League his controller. Okay, this is cheating. I'm not standing for this, Mealy.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that too in the replay, but Izachad has the bronze player like card thing on. So that means he should be playing at a bronze level. If that's how I remember that this game and the rules go. So if he's not playing at that bronze level that he is saying that he is, again, mods, we might need to be looking at potential sandbagging.
Yeah, this is a definite sandbagging coming out from Izachad. He's about, I think, 1,000 MMR above his actual peak, and Carnage just, I mean, he's just showing the new crossbar dink feature as Perky. I mean, Mealy, I'm just sick of this. I'm sick to my stomach right now.
Yeah, I don't even want to cast the rest of this match, to be honest, if this is how it's going to go. No, I'm just kidding. I got it. Yeah. The Minotaurs, you know?
Let's just sit here and enjoy each other's presence, Mealy, okay?
I also would love that. You know, it's been a while, Gallium. It really has. And I'm glad to be casting with you again.
Oh, of course. You know, I think if we don't have a Minotaur to glaze, I think we can glaze each other. And that's called friendship, ladies and gentlemen. As Carnage is going to get a calculated fake and add Tysa with a beautiful, soft, silky touch. It's like a pillow. And Blitz and Perky going to get a nice 50 with each other. Carnage going to come out of the net and 50 it to the side, making Kosh his son there with a beautiful 50. Izachad, again, I mean, I think we're going to have to get Rockerman to ban him mid-game. I am not liking what I'm seeing from this guy.
Yeah, I'm not either, and it actually kind of makes me a little bit uneasy feeling. I know, though, that it's not because of the Minotaurs at all. You know, it's definitely all on Izachad and... Oh, I thought we were about to see an amazing goal again by Taiso there. But, you know, either way, I think this is an absolute showing from the Minotaurs so far, and I'm excited for this next game, though.
Yeah, you know, even though they lost this game, losing is subjective. And you want to know what, Mealy? This Minotaurs team is known for reverse sweeping, okay? That one reverse sweep, I mean, it pretty much put them down in the record books, okay? They know how to reverse sweep. They've done it before. I just think, like, Mealy, this Pantheon org that you have, Minotaurs are just executing the cardiac arrest feature very well for you right now by attempting a reverse sweep. I mean, I think they can do it.
Yeah, you know, it might also be like a factor with Nemesis Fantasy starting, and I know that they know that that's a thing, and I'm thinking that they're just thinking, hey, let me just, you know, get extra bonus fantasy points at this point. If that be the case, I mean, hey, you know, more power to you. If you're gonna go out and reverse sweep and win, you know, if that's how you want to do it, I don't care how you view it and how you look at it, so long as you do it, you know. But yeah, we're going into this game 3 here. I'm liking what I see better that game, especially at the start. I think if I remember right, like we were halfway through the game and it was like 1-0 Minotaurs, and the Blackhawks scored 4 unanswered in like the last half of the game. So realistically, I like, you know, what they've been doing, and, you know, if they can continue to put on that pressure early and keep going with that pressure and, you know, limit their mistakes, and I think this is going to be a very interesting series.
Yeah, it definitely will. As Mealy, we're gonna go back to not glazing the Minotaurs. I mean, they've had their fun, they've had their glaze, but per the Rockter Cockter, I cannot glaze anymore. He told me himself. I called him up. I told him about Izachad cheating, and he just hung up on me. I don't know what happened. As Ad Tyso is going to get a nice touch. 0 boost Ad Tyso. Going to try to get a shot, and it fakes one out. Carnage going to put it in the back of the net. I don't need to glaze the Minotaurs. They just do it themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether that was a calculated fake or not, I don't know. I'm not the comms, but either way it goes in the net. A wonderful play there by the Minotaurs to yet again go up early, 1-0.
You know, their comms are probably along the lines of, hey, nice shot, dude. So... You know, as comms usually are, and we have Izachad up with the ball, gets it past one, can't get it past another, as Kosh gonna try to get up there. Perky with a beautiful backboard shot, and actually, wait, that was a shot itself. It seems like every single time this Blackhawks squad gets on the ball, it's a shot towards this Minotaurs net. They have been absolutely dominating them with pressure, but, you know, so far in this game 3, Minotaurs have been holding up pretty well.
Yeah, something else I want to see as well, and you got it.
Yeah, that's all you, bro.
It's a Chad. I know we spoke about it last game. That he might actually be cheating. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's so good. And I feel like he makes such a big impact for this Blackhawks team. You know, putting on the equalizer with what 45 seconds into the game now.
Yeah, and I think a part you forgot to mention is Izachad is a season 11 champion. He won it with Brindy the Blade. I mean, and it's not like he absolutely dominated on the offensive end. Actually, quite the contrary. He is a defensive-minded player. He's insane on the defense. It's because he's fast and aggressive, and people just don't know what to do with Izachad in their face. And personally, I think this Blackhawks squad is looking just absolutely unstoppable right now. So the Minotaurs have to get a goal right here to show that they're here and they're ready to get things underway.
Yeah, got 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. It's not over at all. Still plenty of time. 1-1 tie game. Speaking of tie, we have Ad Tie. So I thought he was going to do something crazy there for a second. But I was going to say before, as the chat interrupted me with a nice goal beforehand, I want to see Ad Taiso specifically as the top MMR player of this Minotaurs team utilize the midfield more. As Kosh absolutely shuts me up again.
Yeah, it seems like every time we talk about this Minotaurs squad, it's just one of the Blackhawks players just slamming it in the back of the net. I have a very interesting fake going out by Perky. You know, I've played a little bit of six fans with Perky. That is totally a Perky move. Just with 15 boosts on the tank, just hopping up for that one. And I think, I don't know who was back for that, but I would have gotten faked out of my axles on that one. But a beautiful goal yet again. And now it is 2-1 Blackhawks. Izachad has been making quite some waves recently, but I feel like the MVP of this series has to be Kosh. I mean, he has been the goal scorer. He has been that guy for this Blackhawks squad. We'll see if it can continue as Perky gets it downfield. Tries to send it mid, but sends it into a Carnage as Blitz. Almost a beautiful pass, but can't quite get there. Izachad gonna flick it over one. Tries to get it past another, but Blitz there to block it. Blitz just behind the ball. Beautiful 50 coming out. They're racing for it. He bumps. Oh my goodness, Perky, what a save. A Carnage. He just hits it off the crossbar of the post and Ad Taiso. The captain's gonna put it in.
Yeah, absolute chaos coming out here. I mean, no offense by saying this, but I feel like that was a novice moment out here in the Prospect League. I didn't know if that ball was going to get cleared out, go in the net, who knows? But either way, Minotaurs tie it back up with about half a game to go here.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Mealy. I mean, we have no novice moments in the Prospect League. I have no. And we're basically just novice players, but like, you know, grown-up novice players. You know, we're like novice players, but like in Rocket League terms, we just know how to hit a flip reset or two. That's really just the difference. So as long as you can do that, you're pretty much in Prospect. Is Blitz gonna hit it into the midfield and Ad Taiso just floating for that one and gets a free goal.
Yeah, where did he come from? I'm gonna have to watch the replay. Yeah, he literally just kept floating and staying with it.
What is this dude doing?
What a goal by Ad Taiso. I don't know if he was reading the miss from the last defender or if he was just saying, you know what, we need another goal. I'm just gonna show myself and hope something happens. But either way, what a shot.
That is a very interesting way to score, but that is probably the most Ad Taiso goal I've seen as he almost puts it in the back of the net. A nice demo coming out, a great shot, but Perky on the defensive end. Perky has been phenomenal on defense so far. Just, he's been making goal line save after goal line save in this series. So if he's on the pitch doing this, I mean, it's going to be harder for the Minotaurs to score, but they don't have to right now. I mean, they have the Blackhawks right where they want them, and the ball almost sinks in the back of the net. But Ad Taiso gets a nice 50 out. Carnage pops it up high. Blitz, the third man's going to absolutely dust Izachad, but he hits it right into him. The ball's floating into the net, and Izachad. Who else but Izachad to put that one in the back of the net?
I do want to say quick, I saw what Ad Taiso was going for. He's going for the demo or bump on that third defender who was Izachad. If he got that, it would have been an open net for Blitz, but unfortunately, Izachad avoided the demo and got the dunk or 50 over Blitz to give it an open net, tying this game back up. Crucial moment.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every one of these Blackhawks players can step up and step up big, but Minotaurs need to score and close this game out. They cannot give Blackhawks any sort of hope here as Perky takes it down the field. Izachad just going to steal it right from him. Blitz into the Blackhawks zone. Going to get a demo, maybe two, maybe three, but you just can't quite find the demolitions as Carnage sending it down the pitch. 45 seconds left for either team to find a goal to win this game number 3. Perky gonna send it out. Perky still has control of this ball, gonna 50 with Blitz. A beautiful hit by Blitz, and an interesting fake going out by the Blackhawks. Blitz almost gets caught up in it. 30 seconds remaining for both of these squads. You have Kosh hitting it in the midfield. He's going to get another. Wait, he fakes it. Now Carnage going to hit it downfield. Is it going to go in? Yes, it is. Bottom right corner for Carnage.
I don't know if you've been watching or paying attention to what I've been noticing as well, but the Minotaurs roster this last half game here has swapped their play style entirely, and they're going full throttle chaos mode. Demos are coming out left and right, bumps are coming out left and right. They're cutting each other up. They're doing whatever they can to make this Blackhawks roster uncomfortable, and it seems to be working, Gallium.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did against us. It was deadly, but not deadly enough as Kosh ice in his veins and ice on his goal explosion.
Yeah, Gallium, you're solo casting the rest of this, man. Every time I say something good about my Minotaurs team, the Blackhawks just come back and say, hey, no.
No, absolutely not.
No.
But, it's because it's your org. They like to give you a little bit of a scare. But, I still have faith in them. But we'll have to see. It's the Blackhawks getting a nice play. Carnage has to race and get that one. Blitz. A nice touch from him. It goes down. Perky pops it up high. Can anyone reach it? Izachad can, but it 50s to the ground. We have overtime in game number 3. Both teams looking for a game 3 win, but for totally different reasons. Who do you have taking this game 3, Mealy?
I'm not saying it.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I refuse.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. Let me just.
That was it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let me just solo cast for the rest of this. You're right. As Izachad in a 1v1 situation, 0 boost Blitz, very patient there. Nice play from him. Carnage gonna demo Izachad for his troubles. Blitz gonna miss that one. Tyso gets it on top of his car, but he's a little awkward. He has control. A nice 50 coming out. Carnage gonna try to get one, but unfortunately can't. Izachad now gonna 50 Tyso in the midfield. Tyso goes for the demo. He makes him hop up in the air, but unfortunately there's no shooter. Tyso misses. Kosh is gonna take the ball up the wall. He has no boost, and Carnage is gonna make him pay for it. A nice bump from him. Perky gets a nice play. Oh my goodness, that's the best 3! Perky, are you serious?
Yeah, Gallium, we've been talking about Perky throughout this series on the defensive half, and there's nothing defensive about this. This is full throttle offense coming out of Perky. What an absolute crazy play, getting it through all 3, bobbing and weaving through all 3 Minotaurs players to seal the deal.
I know we were joking earlier, but I think this Blackhawks squad might actually be cheating. They just look too good to be true. It's just kind of like a siren, shout out Provisional Team Sirens. They just kind of lure you in with their beauty, and then they just attack you out of nowhere. And I think that's what the Blackhawks do. They like to do those things. And Perky with an absolute dagger, sending Blackhawks through with a 3-0 sweep on the Minotaurs. Every game was a little close-ish. But I will say Blackhawks definitely did dominate this entire series, and they looked like the better team throughout all of it.
Yeah, I would totally agree, and it's sad for me to say that. I think the Minotaurs put up a really good fight, to be honest. They're up against what I genuinely think is probably a top 3 team in prospects so far. If I had to bet anything, I bet you we see the Blackhawks late in the postseason, and if that do come true, knocking on wood, because I hope I don't curse that at all. I would love to see how that team even further develops, because if this is how good they are now, Gallium, 3 months later, 2 months later, come playoff time, this could be like the team to beat.
Yeah, and it's all about perspective, right? It's early on in the season. They might be 1-3, but they're 1-3 early on in the season, right? I won my Nemesis championship when my team was 2-10. Okay, you can definitely recover, make plans, make playoffs. All that matters is you sneak into the playoffs, and that's where you make your mark. Teams are doubting you. Teams will underestimate you, and that's when you can strike. And I think this Minotaur team can be that team, that sneaky good team. But, I mean, we have, like, 3/4 of a season to go still, so they can definitely rack up some wins. But, I mean, this was an absolute pleasure casting it with you, Mealy. I mean, first ever cast together. I think we did a pretty good job, huh?
Yeah, I know we had a little bit of experience not related to Nemesis casting together, and it was a great time. But I'm glad to bring it officially in the booth. I had a fantastic time. Just one more thing I wanted to say quick about the game and just the league as well too. We do have a
Mhm.
break coming up next week, so even if teams aren't getting the results they're looking for, we have players coming off FA first of all at the end of this week for
Yeah.
3 of the 5 leagues, and on top of that we have a week off for Memorial Day. So with that said, I mean, for anybody that celebrates it, happy early Memorial Day. And I'm excited to see kind of what teams do to take that next step going, coming out of that break as
You
well.
know, I think I think you guys should just enjoy your Memorial Day. Don't grind Rocket League, okay? Please don't. All right, just bust out the
No,
grill, get some good eats on the grill, and just absolutely go to town. But thank you again, Mealy, and we're on to our next matchup of the day, which is probably the most interesting matchup of the day. We have the Pineapples taking on the Grave Lords. Pineapples 3-0, the only undefeated team in Nemesis games wise. Right, they're 3-0, but they're 9-0 technically in games. But the Grave Lords are 0-3. They haven't had the best start to their season. So it could either be the start of probably one of the most embarrassing stream games of all time, or it could be the start of the Grave Lords comeback. You're going to have to find out up next. Peace out, guys.